shout outs. We got Kevin in the waiting room. Let's get Kevin in here. Great morning, Dolly. Great morning, Crystal. Great morning, Mommy. Great morning, Eugene. Great morning, Joseph. Great morning, LAQUITA. Great morning, TALEA. Great morning, Maria. Great morning, MITHARLY. Great morning, Monique. Great morning, Namir. Great morning, Richard. Great morning, Sadie. Great morning, SITA. Great morning, guys. All right, so with that being said, hopefully we got a student mindset ready. We got pen and paper ready. We got a controlled environment ready. Let's do what we do. I'm going to pass the call over to SITA Moore in Brooklyn. SITA, if you're talking on mute, we cannot hear you.
It was not allowing me to unmute or to do the video. So here we go. Great morning, Quincy. Great morning, everyone. I'm sorry about that. Excuse that. Yes, this is our time where we have some leaders, great leaders that come and they speak and they train and they drop an inkling of knowledge. So we're going to throw the ball over first to Miss Charlene, who rolls out the red carpet. Miss Charlene is in talent acquisition. Take it away, Miss Charlene.
Great morning, everyone. Great morning. Good to see everybody here this morning. You know my favorite words. Please turn the cameras on, especially if you're a manager. Turn your cameras on. Leadership, we should have our cameras on. This morning, I would like to speak to you guys on 9 ways to take responsibility for your life. Number 1, you take responsibility to prioritize yourself. You want to make sure that you keep yourself first in command with everything. You want to feel worthy. You want to feel good that you're having a good life. And if you take that responsibility of proprietary yourself as far as wanting to do things, getting things, having things, then you have did the first step, which is to take care of yourself. You can't take care of anyone else if you do not take care of yourself. Sometimes we feel like we don't deserve it, but we all deserve goodness and greatness. So it's never about doubting yourself or making yourself feel like that you don't deserve to have better things. So always prioritize yourself. Number 2, stop playing the blame game. Stop blaming others for why you didn't do something. Stop blaming others for why things did not go right. That is your responsibility to make sure that things go right. You got to make sure. It's easy to point the fingers every time. It's always easy to point the finger, but you don't want to point the finger unless you point this finger at yourself first. Point the finger at yourself and say, am I doing the right thing? Can I ask someone else to do what I'm doing if I know I'm not doing the right thing? So don't make it a self-sabotage item. So make sure you do stop playing the games, the blame games. Number 3, take time for self-reflection. We all need to take that sometimes. Sometimes we need to just get in our mind. You know, it allows you to develop more of a self-awareness. So, you know, we want to take that time for ourselves. If it be about having a special prayer in the morning, or whether you want to go to the gym, or you want to write in a journal, whatever it is that gives you an opportunity to self-reflect on yourself. And by then doing that, you can narrate down to where your negative thoughts are coming from and develop maybe positive thoughts and positive habits as well, which is always good to keep you going. Take accountability. Being responsible is taking accountability for yourself. You know, we love to receive praise, but when it comes time to hearing something difficult about yourself, you don't want to hear it. So, you know, you can't be happy when you're doing good and other folks are saying things, and then you're unhappy with yourself when you hear something bad, because those are learning tools about yourself. That gives you a chance to reflect and see what it is. What did I do wrong? What can I do better? You know, what's the best way for me to go about this? So you always want to take accountability for anything you do. If you did it, admit you did it. If you didn't do it, admit you didn't do it. But don't try to sugarcoat it to make it feel good just to you. You want to make sure that you do take the accountability for yourself. And it does correct poor behavior. It corrects poor behavior once you are able to do that. And don't internalize judgment. Sometimes, everybody has an opinion and everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that doesn't mean their opinion is you. You make up your mind what it is that you want to do. We have loved ones, they have good intentions on, when they give you information or suggest things to you, but it's not always beneficial for you. You got to learn to separate the two. Some people say things to boost you up, but some people will say things to make you feel like, you're really not doing the right thing, or, this is not what you should be doing. Don't listen to them. Those are definitely not your friends. Do not participate in the activity that they have going on. You know your goals and you know where your mind is set to go. Number 6, you want to practice compassion towards yourself as well. Taking responsibility can be difficult, but you can control the direction that you want your life to go. This is up to you. We are our own worst critics most of the time. We judge ourselves too harshly, but that's okay. That's just letting us know that we are acknowledging who we are and what we're doing and what we're not doing. Long as we can grasp what we're doing and what we're not doing, if we procrastinating and we know we're procrastinating. I had a girl in an interview the other day. She just point blank told me, I'm a big procrastinator. I just don't want to do it, or I just put off another reason or another day. If you can tell yourself that out loud, or you can come to an interview and tell someone that you like that, stop it. Stop it. That is not how it goes. Quit procrastinating. Go ahead, move forward. Make sure you make yourself feel good about anything that you're doing. Don't feel guilt and resentment for it, because feel gratitude for anything that you have, anything that you've learned, anything that you are willing to learn. Be grateful. Be thankful that these opportunities have come to you. And number 7, be mindful of excuses. We love excuses. We love to come up with an excuse why it wasn't done, why it didn't get done, why we couldn't do it. If you tell yourself that, I want to go to the gym this morning, but really that would make me late for work if I go to the gym, or any other excuse that you use, or you're supposed to get up and you're supposed to be in the field that day, or you're supposed to be in a Walmart that day, but you tell yourself, I don't feel like dealing with them folks today. I don't feel like doing this today. Stop doing that. Stop making excuses that are really mindless. They're nothing. This is an opportunity for you to be able to grow, to learn. So always keep that growth mindset on getting there. Don't let excuses take over, because we all still have 24 hours in a day. It doesn't change. It's 24 every single day of the year. Every day of your life is only, you're never going to have a day where you got 25 hours, and you're never going to have a day where you got 23 hours. You're going to have 24 every single day. And number 8, take responsibility to remove toxic people out of your life. Toxic people will destroy you. Toxic people will tear you down, and you won't realize they're tearing you down. If they are not supportive, if they are not in the same mindset and frame of mind that you have, get away from them. They're only going to pull you down, make you doubt yourself, make you feel bad. You got to get away from them type of people. Those type of people, you are letting them destroy you if you keep hanging around with them. So please let go of the toxic people, the toxic atmosphere that you might be in, the toxic words you listen to. All that information that's toxic to your life, let it go. Leave it alone. Find your calm spot. Find your peaceful spot and go there. And eradicate negative self-talk. Don't talk yourself down. Don't belittle your own self for the sake of making others feel better. If you know you good, tell yourself, yes, I'm good. Sometimes people look at you like you're arrogant. If they say, oh, say like MITHARLY said, somebody say, MITHARLY, you're a beautiful girl. And she come back with, oh yeah, I know I am. Y'all think she being arrogant, right? she knows she's a beautiful girl. That's self-confidence. You got to keep that self-confidence. If you know you're beautiful, don't be afraid to say you're beautiful. Or any other thing. If you know you're good at what you do, don't be afraid to say, yeah, I know I'm good at this. I got this. So always make sure that you eradicate that negative self-talk. And to end my topic this morning, I'm going to say this. We come into this world with a very clean slate. That means we were babies born of innocence. We didn't know anything about what we had to face in this world. But as we grow, we begin to take on our personality. And much of this has to do with the environments that we are associated with during our time of developing our personality. You do not have to be a product of your environment. Remember that. You do not have to be a product of your environment. The environment I come from, if I was a product of my environment and let it control my life, I would not be here at this company today, right now. I promise you I wouldn't. If I let my environment control who I am. So always remember, you do not have to be a product of your environment, but you can be a product that helps motivate and produce and grow the environment around you if you keep the right people around you. So I just want you all, just take responsibility for your life and reclaim your full potentials. And that's all I have for you guys this morning. I hope you guys got something out of it. But that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna take full responsibility of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Charlene. I hope you guys had your pen and pad ready because that was a lot of knowledge that Miss Charlene just dropped. We thank you so much for that. Wow. I'm going to now throw the ball over to MITHARLY. MITHARLY is call center number 3. What do you have for us today, MITHARLY?
Great morning, everybody. My name is MITHARLY. I'm call center extension 3, and I also help with onboarding in the company. This morning, my topic is on what to say when you call into a CVC, or how to prepare, basically how to handle calling into the credit verification center. Because I noticed that a lot of you guys, especially when you call into the call center, we have you call the CVC yourself, even though we're helping with your sales. And I know some of you guys get nervous and you get scared and you think you're doing a bad job, or you don't know how to really, go with that part. So I have 6 steps on how to, have a successful CVC call. So for one, I have be calm and expect to do great, expect to receive great help. And the reason why I say that is because that's one of the first tips that Quincy had gave me when I first started, working at the call center, and then I had to call CVC a lot. And I was not having the greatest experience with CVC because I was kind of doubting myself, and I always expected to receive a bad rep over the phone, or somebody to not do their job, or to not trust that I work with Verizon or stuff like that. So when he told me to be calm and expect to do great, or expect for them to do a great job, and then I started to, put that into practice, I actually haven't had that many bad experiences with calling into the CVC. It's always been great because I've been confident when I call them. I'm calm. I expect that I'm going to do a great job because it's not a big deal when you have to call into the call center. That's part of our job. And we can't hate the fact that, I got to call into CVC. Like, if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing is right, and you just have to call them and say, hey, my name is MITHARLY. I'm the sales agent, and this is my order number. It's very simple. You don't really have to talk much or to say a lot. So expect to do great and expect to receive great help from whoever the rep is when they pick up the phone. And number 2, I have be prepared, have your order number or reference number, and also have your ACP number ready. So before you call into the call center, make sure that you are prepared. Make sure that you know your order number. And if we are doing your order for you at the call center, we're going to make sure that you get the order number. So always put in your mind, okay, I got to call CVC. First thing first, I need the order number. or the reference number. I usually just use the order number, and if they can't pull up the order, maybe they didn't hear one of the numbers you said, they're gonna ask you for your reference number. You give them that, and also have your ACP ready. If you know you're calling because of a deposit or your customer has a bill of Verizon, make sure that you do have your ACP number ready, because they're not going to release your order without that ACP number if it's a deposit or if it's a bill. Yes, so number 3, make sure that your customer fully understands what's going on. Explain to them and coach them, because you guys need to be on one accord. So you have to make sure that they understand that if they are ACP qualified, that this will help, the order to be released if they have a deposit. And if they owe Verizon, this will also help to release the order, but they still need to pay their bill whenever they feel like it. So they have to understand that this is not taking away their bill, or because they have a deposit, they can't get the service anymore, or because they have a bill, they can't get the service. So you have to make sure you explain to them, because sometimes the rep will need to speak with the customer. And when you put the customer over the phone and the customer is kind of saying something different from what you're saying as the agent, it's not really going to look right. So make sure your customer is not confused, so that you guys don't confuse the rep over the phone. And number 4, be precise and be intentional with your words. Know why you're calling them and what you're looking to get. So be precise. You don't have to say too much. Just get straight to the point. Hey, this is MITHARLY. I'm the agent, and this is my order number. And if they need to speak with your customer, or if they want to know what's going on with this order, say, okay, my customer has a deposit and they are ACP qualified. Or my customer has a bill and they are ACP qualified. So, and sometimes they're gonna make sure to tell you, does your customer knows that the ACP will not get rid of the bill? So yeah, the customer knows, so that's why you have to make sure you let your customer know that yes, this will not get rid of their bill, it will just allow them to get service today. So be intentional with your words, know exactly what you're saying, know why you're calling them, and know what you're looking to get. If it's a deposit, know that it's a deposit. If they just need to verify more information with your customer, make sure you know that's what you're looking to get out of this call, so that you can get what you're looking for, basically. Make sure that you refresh your screen and see if your order is released before you hang up. That's happened to me so many times where, I say, okay, you're all good, the order's released, and I say, okay, thank you, and bye. You just hang up. But then when you try to refresh afterwards, the order is not refreshing, or the deposit wasn't released, or, it wasn't really applied, the ACP wasn't really applied. So you have to make sure before you hang up the phone, don't rush to hang up, make sure it's refreshed. Because if it doesn't, the ACP was not applied, you will have to call again. And if you have to wait, or you have to get another rep, that's okay if you have to call again, but make sure you don't have to call again. Like, make sure that if you have to call again, it's not because you didn't refresh over the phone. So make sure you do your part. And sometimes you might refresh, and as you try to press to continue, it doesn't work, even though they already applied the ACP. And in that case, when that happens, I just have to redo the order over. So it's okay. Just make sure your customer knows, hey, I'm just gonna send you that link one more time. It didn't go through properly. I'm gonna send you the link will be sent to you one more time. You're gonna have to put in your information again, and we'll get the CVC check or whatever. So when you do that, and when you start the order over and you can just get to the credit part, you just go to the refresh button. You refresh it once, it should work. You don't really have to call again if it was a deposit and the ACP was applied. Sometimes, I don't know if it's optics or anything, but they will release it. You refresh, it doesn't work. But when you start the order over, you refresh, it works. I hope that made sense. So, yes, and number 6, if you lose that refresh after credit button, if you guys know what that is, that refresh after credit check at the bottom, if you lose that button, it's no longer there, and you're not able to refresh it to get the order to be released, that's when you got to restart the order over again. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't think, okay, the order is messed up. It's not messed up. You just have to re-put in your smart card number, the phone number you use for the smart card, you pull it back up, you do another credit check, and you should be good to go. Just reassure your customer that everything will be okay. Don't panic, because if you panic, they will panic. So make sure you're always aware of what you're doing and do a great job. You know, don't think the CVC is not a bad thing. You know, as long as you know what you're doing and you're confident, you have the information you need, and you are 100% aware that your ACP can be applied to release your orders. If they have a deposit, if they have a bill, you know all that, there is no problem. And if you need help at the call center, we're always here to help you guys out. So just get comfortable at calling into the CVC. And that's it. That's my topic this morning. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Thank you.
No, but I do want to say composure is the best form of not losing something. It is. It definitely is.
Thank you so much for that, MITHARLY. Great job, great job. That is very important, calling into CVC. Don't panic, stay calm. You know, just make sure that the customer is on one accord. Amazing, amazing key points to calling into CVC. Thank you for that, MITHARLY. Let's throw some fire in the chat, MITHARLY. We are now going to give it over to Dodley. Dodley is call center number 1, and he does ADP. So let's give it up for Dodley.
All right. Good morning, guys. My name is Dudley Francois. I am in charge of the ADP. I am call center number 1, and I'm in charge of the ADP, right? And today what I'm going to talk about is how to build a habit in 4 steps. All right. So the first thing I want to say is, okay, hey, set a specific goal, right? 2, create a detailed cue-based plan. And what do I mean by that is basically saying, okay, hey, let me give you an example, right? I'll study Spanish for 30 minutes, 5 days a week. That's a okay way to say it, right? But if you put it like that, if you put it every day, every work day after my last meeting, right, I'll spend 30 minutes studying Spanish in my office. It's much more likely to stick as a habit, right? So what you want to do, you want to make sure you're specific. You want to make sure you be specific, right? By identifying the when and the where. All right. So 2, create a detailed cue-based plan. All right. Now, so 3, make it fun to repeat. Right. When you're doing something like let me actually give an example about me, right? So every morning, right, I make sure that I do push-ups, right? I try to make it fun. What I do is, okay, hey, before I do the push-up, what I do, I call myself and I put some good music and I make it fun, right? So you gotta make it fun, right? So you can actually be excited about doing what you gotta do. So number 4, it says find the right kind of social support. All right. Find people that's working on building good habits. Don't have nobody around you. If you don't have nobody around you, what you could do, you could actually, go on YouTube, right? You could join a group chat or meet new people. All right. So, or, join a club or something, like, something that's gonna happen. So if you don't really, sometimes I know a lot of us may not have somebody that around us that have, that's into trying to build good habits. What you could do, you could actually look for somewhere else. All right. And I remember so that's actually 4. All right. So I remember I had an old mentor. He used to tell me 15 days to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. All right. But if you go look on Google, it's gonna say about 66 days. And it's gonna below in the little paragraph, you're gonna say 18 days to actually 200 something days to create a habit. So I feel like it depends on the person, it depends on you. So, but I'm gonna go what my old mentor used to say, because he used to get the result, and a lot of people around him used to get the results. So 15 days to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. And I say that because you know. It's been a month and a half. I've been doing push-up every single morning. I do not miss a day without doing push-up, right? Not a day, right? And now I've realized that every night before I go to sleep, I'm always like, I'm always hungry for the morning. Like I can't wait to do push-up for the next day. Right? Why? It's because I've created a habit of doing it every single day. Right now, it's a part of me now. After this call, after this meeting, this 8 a.m. meeting, I'm gonna do push up and I'm gonna post it on my story. You could actually see my story as well. So, remember that 15 days to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. That's my good for the morning, everybody.
Thank you so much for that, Dudley. That is amazing. Creating good habits is amazing. That's things that we definitely need. And you said 15 days to
Create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle.
I hope you guys wrote that down. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Dudley. Let's throw some fire in the chat for Dudley. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will now throw the ball over to LAQUITA. LAQUITA is call center number 2, and she will be speaking on personal development. Take it away, LAQUITA.
Grand Rising Gang, how y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Greetings. Hi, hold on, let me do my little, my Martian language. Okay, so today I will be speaking with you guys about personal development. Excuse me for my background. So, personal development, if you go to Google and you Google what it means, is definitely a phrase that refers to activities designed to improve talents, potential, employability, and even wealth. It says 5 areas, but it's actually 6 areas where you can personally develop yourself. And that's physically, financially, relational, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. Skills of that would be being open to learning new things, networking to meet new people in your industry. You never know who you may run into in this industry. Learning to be more resilient, finding your niche, finding your pitch would be the best phrase for this. Becoming a better communicator and also working together. No one wants to work in an environment where it's uncomfortable or it's unsafe. So we like to keep a friendly environment and keep the culture, make sure that we're loving on one another. Not, oh, you did it. None of that. Pineapples. So for me, personal development, one of the things that I like to do for my personal development is read. Reading is fundamental. It is given to us. One of the things that we weren't allowed to do, it is Black History Month. Back in the day, we weren't allowed to read. So now we have the freedom to be able to read whatever we want to without nobody saying, oh, I'm gonna smack your hand if you pick up a book. The only book that you can read is this. Like, that's not okay. So now we have different, variety of things that we can read, whether we want to read something fictional or non-fictional. One of the first books to development that I have, excuse it, because I don't know what happened to it, is Master Your Emotions. The reason why mastering your emotions is key and important when dealing with life itself is because your emotions can either lead you to astray, or it can lead you to your potential success. And the reason I say those, because if you're going through life with, bad emotions, you're feeling sad all the time, you're not really going to do your best. So you want to make sure that you have those high frequencies running through you, vibing high, so that you can continue to shed your light through the world. And they see like, oh, this person really, they got themselves together as far as emotionally. I don't know what else going on, but I can see they emotionally stable. Make sense? I have another book as well that deals with emotions. That's called Emotional Intelligence. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. You okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. So then I have another one that's called, oh, I'm sorry, you guys ain't say that it was blurry. I'm sitting over here showing y'all books and y'all can't even see them. Hold on. All right, so now I'm back. This is dopamine detox. This is a book that helps you be able to focus on the things that you need to do. So if you have like a scatterbrain, not really a bad thing. It's just like sometimes you can't focus on one thing. This will help. My daughter said, let me see. All right. So then we have another book. When Dolly was talking about creating habits, this book definitely popped in my head. I would say, check it out. It's called Atomic Habits. It teaches you the steps to making great habits. Like it teaches you what you could do to make better habits versus creating bad ones all the time. We don't want to do that. We're trying to grow in the best way possible, in every way possible, so that we can reach our goals. And we all got the same goal. That's becoming successful and helping others. So we want to make sure that we do that the best way that we can. And I have multiple different books with those financial things, emotional things, physical, spiritual, all of that. So for the financial part, I have Think and Grow Rich. I also have The Psychology of Money. And for spiritual, I have plenty of those, but the one that I chose today is I Am, I Create. And I also chose another book to show you guys, and that's by Tim Glover, Winning. Quincy, I got my Relentless coming in today. So pretty much all of these books, you guys, the reason why I picked these books because they help you grow developmentally, like with everything. No matter the relationships that you're having with people, your vocabulary, everything just grows. It's it's nonstop. So be a flower, plant a seed and allow it to grow. Keep watering yourself. Just like Miss Charlene said, self-love, self-growth, all the things that revolve around you. Because in order for to do what you do, you have to be you. No one can be you better than you. You know what you want to do in your life. No one can tell you what you want to do in your life. So you have to be open to keep growing so that you can become that best version of you. And again, you guys, that's all I have. Peace out.
Thank you so much for that, LaQuita. Yes, personal development is very much needed. We should always personally develop ourselves and make sure that we are reading, absolutely, and that we are, just continue to read, continue to grow, continue to develop. So thank you so much for that. Let's throw some fire in the chat. Great job, LaQuita.
No worries.
We will now throw it over to TALEA. TALEA is the general manager of PA. TALEA, what do you have for us today?
Good morning, everybody. So this morning I will be speaking on recruiting. So when you are recruiting, you want to make sure that the people you recruiting are quality people. Make sure your recruit can work a full shift. Make sure your recruit is well groomed and looks up to par and not coming to work with cans of hurricane. Also, make sure that they want to work, because a lot of times we recruit people and they're not sure if they want to work, and they do the interview process but won't show up to the day of observation. It's like a waste of time on everybody's end. And that's it. That's all that I have today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, TALEA. TALEA, recruiting and how to recruit. Make sure that you bring in people that are like-minded like you. And thank you so much for that. We will now throw the ball over to Crystal. Crystal's topic today is becoming a leader, and Crystal is the general manager of VA. Take it away, Crystal.
Good morning. Good morning. Today I wanted to talk about ways to become a good leader. And the reason why I chose this topic is because I've been here since, September. I left for like a month and came back, and I see that everybody is still in the same position that they once were when I left the first time and came back. So nobody is stepping up, but I see potentials in a lot of people on this call to become a a great leader and a better leader. So these are just ways to become a good leader. First, you got to motivate your followers. And I see a lot of times people, like when Tim is back. Tim motivated me when I started because I would see all the sales that he was getting, and I like competition. And so I'm like, okay, if he can make 40 sales, I'm gonna make 41 because I want to be number one. So, you know, he motivated me. So I was looking at him as a leader. Number two is communicate realistic and clear expectations. You got to expect people to do stuff that's like realistic and things that you know you would do. Don't expect nobody to do anything that you wouldn't do. My third one is to become a role model for your followers. And that goes with probably number two. You can't do something and then tell your students not to do it if they watching you do it. So you can't do something wrong and expect them to do it right when they saw you do it wrong. Four is share the vision. If you see something or you know something, share it. It don't hurt. It don't stop you from making sales. Number five is empower your team. I want my whole team to win. I think everybody knows that. You know, I want everybody in my team to win. And when I say my team, I'm speaking of VA, I'm speaking of New York, I'm speaking of Philly, because we all are one team. We all are still bridge the gap. Number six is foster a learning environment. You have to be somewhere to teach, learn, because even though that I am the GM, I still learn. I still call on others when I don't know. I even call on the other agents if I don't know, because I'm still learning myself. And just because I have the title of GM, I don't know everything. So of course I'm still learning. I call LAQUITA when I need to know something. I call MITHARLY when I need to know something. I call SITA when I need to know something. If I don't know, I'm gonna call. So I'm still learning too. So good leaders are those who talk about what needs to happen and then do something about it, or have a bias for actions. Leaders with bias in actions do not freeze in time of uncertainty or a decision needs to be made. 5 characteristics of leadership is empathy, communication, decision-making, resilience, and delegations. So that's my topic for today on how to be a good leader, because I want next month, March Madness, I want to see some new GMs, because we all got it in us. We got good leaders, so we can do this. So that's my topic for today. Thank you.
Great job, Crystal. Thank you so much for that. Yes, we need more leaders. We need people that will step up and do the things that it is to do, because, you know, leadership is not easy, but we need it. So that is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for that. Let's throw some fire in the chat for Crystal. And we will now throw it over to Wallace.
Hold on. So my topic is motivation. Y'all know better than anybody in here that is my favorite thing. Look at everybody like, uh-oh, here come the tiger. Everybody knows. So I got to start this off first with my motivation. Like this is how I start the day. Hold on. So I got to put this on right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I got this is how I go to work. Ready. Look at, you know what I'm saying? I got it. I'm ready. This got to have the whole motivational outfit on. So what I want everybody to do, we're going to start this off like church. Look at your neighbor to your left and say, I am somebody. Let's go. Let's do that. To your left, if you ain't got nobody to the left, just pretend somebody over there. Say, I am somebody. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's go.
I am somebody.
I am somebody. All right. Now we gonna look to the right and say the same thing, but with a little more motivation behind it. Be like, I am somebody. Let's go. To the right. Let's go.
I am somebody.
I am somebody.
Somebody.
If somebody underneath you, because I'm at the top for some reason, you say the same thing with a little more. Say, I am somebody. Let's go.
I am somebody.
I am somebody.
All right, now, I ain't got nobody up top, but we know who is top, though. We all know, because we in church, right? People gather. So we going to look up and say, I am somebody. Let's go.
I am somebody.
I am somebody.
Look at right there. We already ready. I can cut this meeting off and we ready to go out there. See that? That's how motivation works. I'm gonna give you seven ways to stay motivated. Some of y'all might have heard this stuff, and watch this. This is how things work in like the universe, as we say. Some of y'all heard some of this from the previous speakers. Watch how this go. See how we all connected? Watch this. So here's one: 7 ways to stay motivated. Motivation is eternal. Be your own coach. If you believe you will fail to succeed, you're right. You are absolutely right. That's number 1 right there. Number 2, reward yourself. When you reach your goals, acknowledge your win and reward yourself. We got somebody that rewarded himself with a Tesla. Let's think about that here. Right there. In plain sight, she said, look here, I got all this cash, everything around me, and she got her a Tesla. She rewarded herself for all that work she got. It's right there. Look at that. That's motivation, baby. Let's go. Then we got the 3rd one. Hang out with superstars. Misery loves company. Winners hang out with superstars. We in a chat full of superstars. Let's think about that. Let's look around here and look at that. That's superstars all around you. Ain't nobody here miserable. Ain't nobody here mad. Let's think about that. Okay. Then we got keep learning. Learners are earners. Let me repeat that. Learners are earners. We got Quita in here dropping knowledge on books. We got Busy Signal. He know who he is, dropping knowledge over there. You know what I'm saying? That's my man Dodley. I call him Busy Signal. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Another step is remember what motivates you. Remember that. Who are you doing this for? Keep a reminder of your desk of what you're working towards. I don't care if you're working to get the new iPhone 14. You working towards a goal. Hey, here's one of my goals in life, and I'm going to share a little bit of this. I was homeless twice. I'm a war veteran. Marine Corps war veteran. I was homeless twice. Think about that. But if y'all see in the background, I ain't homeless no more. I got my Tigers in the back. I got my Falcons in the back. I can't show you the other background because that's for 21 and older down there at the bottom. But you know, I can't, but I got a man cave. Let's think about this. I came from nothing to a man cave. Let's think about that. I always wanted one. And my motivation, if you look here in the back, that's me and my father. I wanted to go to an Atlanta Falcons game with my father while he was alive. That's the ultimate motivation for me. I was able to take a picture with my dad, go to a Falcons game, which happened to be historic, in 2016 with my father. That is definitely motivation for me. Definitely right there. Then another one is challenge yourself with a daily goal. We all say that, right? Every time Quincy talked to me, I'd be like, hey, man, I'm going to get 4 today. He'd be like, I believe you, Tiger. I might got 2, but I believe I'm going to get 4. I so wholeheartedly believe I can get 10 every day. Hey, if I fall short, at least I believe I'm going to get 10. Straight out the box. So I'm going to get 10. I feel that way every day. I don't care what day it is. It could be a Monday at Walmart. I'm trying to get 10 out of this mother sucker. Are you hearing me? Then motion creates emotion. The last one, number 7. Motion creates emotion. That means get up off your butt and make things happen. Ain't nobody ever sat there and just go and they start making money. I don't care what you do. If you do teleconference calls all day, you had to get up, get a little makeup on if you got a camera, had to call somebody, talk to somebody. Let's really think about that. Get up off your butt and make things happen. Make things happen. My man Quincy said he'll drive down to Georgia. If you live there, he gonna catch a sale. He getting off his butt. He might let the Tesla drive himself, but at least he gonna come. At least he got up out his seat, got in the Tesla, and drove, or it might have drove him, whichever he liked. And he came down there to visit you and said, look, man, we gonna sell side by side. We finna do this thing until you get it right. And then I'm going home back in my Tesla, and you better get it right. Better get it right. You better get it right. Let's go. Let's do this. Just remember that. Those are the 7 steps to motivation. And y'all know this ain't just military talk, man, Charlene. You know what I'm saying? We always motivated when in the military. This ain't just the Marine Corps. This is life. Every day I wake up and I'm like, man, I got a job. I can change my outcome. I can make $1,000 in a day. Can't too many people say that. We control our own destiny here. Think about this. Most people who have hourly jobs aren't controlling their own hours. They're not. Somebody else is in control. We are in control of our own destiny here. If I want to be the head of this thing and I'm making those numbers, Quincy gonna be like, all right, my man, I can go to a higher position. Let's go. Let's go. This is your dream. Let's do this. I'm gonna show you how, and let's go. This is one thing I like about this company. It's not selfish. We all want to win. We all want to do great. We all want to get Teslas like Crystal. We all want to be authors like SITA. You know what I'm saying? I want to be an author one day. Shoot. I want to sell a little something on the side. Miss Quita got her own business out here. You know what I'm saying? Got a little side hustle. Y'all better get well with them cuts. I seen that. I got you, Quita. I got you. I'm going to plug you in here too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Busy Signal can do his push-ups and make that cash. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? He can do his thing at the same time. But his motivation is that, hey, I can do what I want and make some money at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. So what I did was I created, because I didn't want to drop it in the chat. I wanted to wait till I tell y'all before I drop it in the chat. So I got a little special something for y'all because I like to write. I'm a poet and all that other stuff too. Well, I think I believe so. I think I can write. So what I say from the Tiger motivation, what I believe motivation is. Y'all ready for that? Ready what I believe is motivation in a nutshell? Y'all ready? All right, I see y'all. Okay, so motivation to the Tiger, because I put the Tiger on there. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna drop it, give it some hearts, flames like SITA. The desire and will to know nothing can stop you on any given day, at any given time, and at any given moment. That is motivation to the Tiger. Off top. That's because when I go in these buildings, and you can ask Thugly, I call her Thugly because she be killing them sales gangster style, and Busy Signal. When they see me, they be like, yo, here he comes. And they be laughing. I don't care what it is. They laughing. They're like, yo, Tiger, let's go. Let's Quincy coming in. He like, yo, you cannot be down when you think about the Tiger. You can't. You cannot. It's impossible. So if you need a laugh or you need some motivation, just call me and we can FaceTime, and I'm gonna have this on, and we're gonna be like, what's up? Or you need some motivation? You need me to talk to you? What's up? How you doing? I'm the Tiger, and you are, and we just gonna go from there. We just gonna do that thing. But you know what I'm saying? But other than that, love you guys. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You know, Thornley style. I'm gonna drop it in the chat so we can have it, so you can put it on the wall, put it in your phone, whatever you want to do. All right, I'm out. I'm good. Y'all have a blessed day and stay motivated, baby. Stay motivated.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Wallace. So motivation equals Wallace. Okay. Appreciate that. Yes, you are very motivated. I see you in the chat. You always throwing stuff in the chat. So motivation is very much needed. We appreciate you for that, for firing it up. Thank you. Tiger. All right, so throw some fire in the chat for Wallace. Thank you for that presentation. And now we will throw the ball over to Kevin.
How y'all doing?
Hi, Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing good. My name is Kevin. I'm the general manager at Walmart in Philly. And yeah, I got some of my notes. You know what I mean? I'll be writing it down, make sure. But I wrote this one last night, so I got back home real late. And I wanted to talk about tips on how to stop being lazy. And the first on the list I got is make your goals manageable. And you can decide what you want your goals to be. Write down your goal, break it down. When you break it down, it'll help you. You can start off big to you can start small, my bad. You start small and build it up to big and work on your mindset, develop your skills, and make sure you always take that the first step when you're managing your goals and continue. And once you get to that goal, you can just reward yourself and celebrate. 2, don't expect yourself to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? Before this job or before I was trying to get my life right, I was like really, wild. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody not perfect. We all be been there not being perfect. You know what I mean? We all do some. I guess, we all sin every day. As a Christian, everybody not perfect. So, and what was I saying? And use and what was it, 3? Use positive instead of negative self-talk. So what I mean by that is telling yourself that you lazy. That's dead. You know what I mean? Like, words are powerful. You know what I mean? And words are the most powerful force available in humanity. So make sure you always speak positive instead of saying, I won't be able to do these things, and say that I will be able to do these things and get it done. Because, you say something, like you say anything, and that will happen probably the next day, because words is definitely that powerful. And 4, use your strengths. So take a moment and think about what your strengths are when settling your goals and gearing up to take on tasks. Try to apply them to different aspects and tasks to help you get things done when it comes to using your strengths. 5, ask for help. You know what I mean? Me as a person, I don't like asking people for help. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me as a person. Like, I really hate it. Like, people always still to this day, oh, you need anything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, I'm good. Like, I got my own crib. Like, you know what I mean? I do everything on my own. Because, it's just the way. The reason why I don't like asking for help is the way how I grew up. Like, you know what I mean? So I grew up to do things on my own. But, many people believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness. I mean, I do, but not asking for help could be setting you up for failure. It's nothing wrong with asking for help. Sometimes you might know somebody that will get you there just like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, and 6, avoid distraction. We all got a little, favorite distractions we turn to when we not like feeling like doing what we supposed to do. Social media on the phone, or just sitting there just trying to talk to somebody, you know what I mean, texting. And find ways to make your distraction less accessible. I look at these customers as money, you know what I mean? And I don't think about how hard it is to get people. All I think about, at the end of the day, is make sure I bring some numbers in, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to be bringing no zeros in, you know what I mean? That I borrow a zero, I'm like, dang, it just feels, it's just wrong. You know what I mean? You saying 0, like I got 0 people today. I get mad quiet. I didn't want to laugh when I see the numbers, you know what I mean? Like, but I always think about bringing all good numbers, you know what I mean? If you bring at least in like three people, honestly, 2 or 3 people, or if you're gonna bring more, then bring more. And the last is one thing is to stay healthy when you're not trying to be lazy, because how you eat, the things that you eat control your mood. So like, I remember I was telling who was it? I think it was Quincy, and we was all in the Tesla, I think with the Chick-fil-A or something. And I was like, nah, I'll be eating solid most of the time I go to Chick-fil-A, because like, meat make you tired. So like, and not only that, certain food can just make you angry. So food control your mood. So when you eat healthy, you're gonna have the energy to do what you want to do. And you're changing mindset too. So yeah, that's the last. That's all I got. I mean, my name is Kevin. I mean, you can call me Kev. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that, Kev. Do a lot of inklets, avoid distractions, ask for help, stay healthy. Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Let's throw some fire in the chat for Kev. Thank you for that, Kev. And that now leaves me. And my topic is about growth. So I just want to touch a little bit on growth, okay? So key points to growing, right? Number one is to set goals and achieve them. By setting goals, we gradually are working towards them, and that helps us grow mentally, because once we achieve that goal, little by little, through slow progress, we are achieving it, and that gives us good mental health. Because, if we stop doing what we do, and failure comes, then, that's not good mental health, because it really gets to you. It's saying to yourself, I should have did better. I should have did more. And that's why setting goals is very, very much important. Number two is manage emotions. Life experience play a great role in how we feel, our mental health. The positive response to our experience is what helps our brain grow stronger. So when we have negative responses to certain things, it's not good. It's good to stay positive in every situation, no matter what it looks like, no matter how it is. When we think positive things happen. The next one is we have to have lessons that we, learn. We have to learn lessons. So people who are mentally strong and grow through situations learn the lesson as they become better mentally. So we have to learn that lesson that we go through. We can't continue to go through things and then not learn the lesson. If we continue to not learn the lesson, that we're not growing. We're definitely not growing. We're just doing the same thing, like a rat race. We just continue to do the same thing. And that's why some people feel the same way. I've heard a lot of people say it. It's like, it's the same thing every day. I have to get up for work. I have to go here. I have to do this. And when that mindset is like that, you're not getting anywhere, because that's how you're going to feel. And that's how you're going to feel. And that's what you're going to portray during your day. But if you see it as, I'm learning a lesson and I'm continuing to grow, then you're going to feel much better with that. Changing your outlook in life. Okay. So instead of seeing a sale as, you made one sale for the day, right? It could be a day like that. And you say, man, I only made one sale. See it as your 4 sales closer to tier 3, instead of seeing it as I just made one sale, and then reach it. The more you do it, you repeat it, you work. Repetition causes great mental health and growth. A healthy mindset, anyone can build themselves up mentally to become headstrong. It's through consistency, effort, never giving up, and that helps us not to fail. There are many things we go through, and the experiences of life is how we react, is what shows how we do, how we will do in life. So basically don't take the attitude of woe is me. It's, having a pity party, laying in bed. I don't feel like getting up this morning. I don't feel like doing this. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we get up, we wash ourselves, we get ourselves together, and we get out there. So experience, causes growth. And that's basically what it is. Through the experiences every single day that we go through is what causes the growth to happen. So that's basically all I have. Number one for your mindset and growth is set goals, manage your emotions, learn the lesson, change your perspective on things, then the outlook. And that is what will help you to grow mentally strong. So that's all I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions for any one of us, please throw it in the chat. Thank you so much.
Right. So you guys, I got something to say. It's not so much as a comment based off of a question or anything like that. It's something extra to add to what I've already said. When I heard one of the leaders say something about believing, it made me go into my spiritual rant. I'm gonna be honest. In my head, I was going through it. I was like, no, don't believe, you gotta know. But the reason I say that is because when you believe, you're not really certain. Like we just go, it's like you was raised in a Christian home, everybody was in the house, they believed, you started believing because you was based off of what they were going off of. You want to know, when you know, it's for certain. So you want to know for a fact that something is right, something is wrong, something is how you need it to be, something is not how you need it to be. That's the best thing of knowing. And the reason I say that is because when we're doing what we need to do, we don't want to be like, yeah, I believe so. Customer's gonna be like, you believe so? Okay, so you're not sure. Yeah, no, I know that this is this. I know what I'm saying. I know that it's true. That's the difference between believing and knowing. And then it's, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the word. It's, let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Etymology. And it's pretty much like the breakdown of words, what they mean. And the reason why I say that is because words are spells. Each word that we say, each word that we use is spelling. That's why if you take the ing off of spelling, it's spell. Everything that you say is a spell. Everything that you say, if you write in cursive, it's a curse. So we want to make sure that we are being very aware of the things that we're doing, the things that we're saying, and the energy that we keep. And with that, belief has the word lie in it. So just like when my kids sneeze or when someone sneezes around me, we were programmed one way, but we gotta be reprogrammed to reach us, our higher selves. And it takes a minute. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be something that you gotta do some research on, because you might be like, what the heck is LAQUITA talking about? I gotta look into this. But honestly, it's like when somebody sneezes around me and they be like, bless you, the words that makes up bless you in my head is be less you. You got to be more of you. You got to be the best you that you can be. So be great. When you sneeze, your heart skips the beat. You don't want to tell nobody be less them after they done sneeze and their heart skipped the beat. You want to tell them be great. You done live to see another day. Sneeze and your heart skipped the beat, it's still beating. Be great. So that's just all I have for that. Be mindful of the things that you say. Look into the words that you're speaking. Look into the things that we're doing. Like know for a fact that you know what you know. And that's all I got.
All right, thank you for that, LAQUITA. Does anybody else have anything else that they would like to share or that have any questions? The floor is open, guys. Don't wait. Spotlight is on you guys. Let's go.
What Quincy say? See this? Silence is golden.
Absolutely. Silence is golden. Yes.
Guys, I just want to say great call, right? As we close out this call, I just want to make sure that you guys know a lot of value on this call was given today, right? So if you don't have a page full of notes like I do, then your wood is wet, right? And you're never going to be able to light a fire if your wood is wet. So I just want to thank all the leaders for the value that you guys brought and the entertainment that you guys brought. Very entertaining call. I'll speak to you guys soon. Let's kick ass. Let's take names, gang. Later.